it shouldn't be a compromise. Lumify Eye Illuminations, developed by the experts at Bausch & Lomb exclusively for the sensitive eye area. To cleanse, nourish, and brighten. Lumify Eye Illuminations, only in the eye care aisle.
Sis, I'm turning into a mom.
The sweater vest.
No, my super soft skin. See?
Jergens Original Cherry Almond Lotion. Smooth.
Mom will be so proud.
You're like one big baby butt.
And energizing citrus body butter, Jergens.
How are we going to explain this?
I'll think of something.
Lifetime's Murdoch Murders, the movie gave us Bill Pullman like we've never seen him before.
Oh, yeah, completely transformed into South Carolina attorney and convicted felon, Mr. Alex Murdoch. Our Deidre Behar catching up with Bill last night. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Have you heard from the Murdoch family?
No, don't tell him.
Well, here's hoping Emmy voters notice. Bill all smiles at Lifetime's Emmy consideration event where we had to remind Bill about this.
Nearly 30 years since While You Were Sleeping.
Oh, my
Favorite memory of working with Sandra Bullock?
Marry me?
Yeah.
We had a scene, a walk and talk to do.
Happening now.
We're learning more about the man who was shot and killed by a trooper in Converse earlier this week. His family says they don't believe he was a threat when he got out of the car. Coming up, why they say they want truth and justice.
Obviously, we need the rain. We'll take a look at how much rain fell and where, along with where the showers are now and where they're headed in just a bit.
May sales are heating up. Coming up, some gift ideas for mom and why you'll want to wait to the end of month to buy new appliances. The news at 5 starts right now.
First at 5, we are learning new information that may explain why a state trooper might have been compelled to try to catch 37-year-old Luis Navarro, who took off from an attempted traffic stop on Monday. That chase ending in a crash and then the trooper shooting and killing Navarro.
Yeah, last night we showed you this witness video of the seconds leading up to that life and death moment. Tonight, Navarro's family tells our Daniela Ibarra how they hope for justice and the truth.
It's tough to watch, but Luis Navarro's family says this video raises lots of questions. A split-second decision led to a trooper shooting and killing the 37-year-old man. In a statement shared through an attorney, Navarro's family says they don't have all the facts, but they say based on their knowledge of him, quote, "We do not believe he was a threat when he got out of the vehicle." DPS says the incident began nearly 20 miles away in New Braunfels. They say the trooper tried pulling Navarro over, but he got away. Authorities say Navarro led the trooper on a chase, hitting speeds of 110 miles an hour. Navarro crashed his van into an SUV on 1604 near FM 78. That's when DPS says Navarro got out of his car. The trooper tried to tase him, but they say it didn't work. Navarro is seen with his hands up, holding a T-shirt. We asked DPS if they found a weapon on Navarro and for the trooper's identity. They told us they aren't sharing any information. The Bexar County Jail and the Criminal Warrants Division tells KSAT there was an active warrant out for Navarro. An indictment shows Navarro was accused of pointing a gun at a family member in 2020. Bexar County court records show Navarro had been charged with a dozen crimes in the last 2 decades. Records show Navarro was found guilty of 2 misdemeanors, theft, and terroristic threat of a family/household. Navarro's family says, quote, "Luis was flawed and made mistakes, but he was part of our family and will be missed by many."
We did reach out to DPS again for an interview. They declined to talk with us. And Navarro's family, they say there's hope. They're hoping for a full and unbiased investigation. They're asking anyone with information to come forward.
Now, we do know there's some other camera video out there. We've actually seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about what it shows.
So the video that you saw, it's from, let's see, it's right here, right?
Right.
The video angle that you saw is from here. The other video angle is from the other side. So it shows his right side and it shows that woman. You're closer to that woman and you can see, I mean, it's pretty close.
It's a real clear picture of what occurred.
Yeah, you can see him grab that jacket or that T-shirt and he drops it and it falls straight to the ground.
Right.
And he's pointing at the woman who was in the vehicle with him like he's worried about her at one point.
Yeah, and you can hear him yelling. You don't really make out what he says, but you can hear him yelling and the trooper yelling as well.
Yeah.
So the outstanding warrant for his arrest, we can assume that may be why the pursuit seemed to reach the heights it did at 110 miles an hour.
Well, DPS isn't commenting on that, but we know that there was that active warrant out for his arrest.
Okay.
Of course, it's the story we'll continue to follow. Daniela, thank you.
Good work.
Thanks.
All right, let's move to the weather now.
So strange to be in the middle of a drought and still be dodging rain showers and intense humidity again today.
And while yesterday there was a chance of more intense weather, there were some downpours today. Adam, are the chances for the most part gone as far as tonight?
You know, I think it's mostly going to be light activity the rest of this evening and into tonight. We have a few possible downpours here and there isolated over the next few hours, but then it's going to be that drizzly dampness. And you look at authority radar at the moment, not much to really talk about. You go to far south side between 410 and 1604, just west of Mitchell Lake here. One downpour is what we have left over. Now, we had a few other passing downpours earlier this afternoon, but Applewhite Road, State Highway 16, eastward all the way to 281 near Mitchell Lake. Quick few tenths of an inch out of that, and that's about it. You look elsewhere, really don't see much activity popping up other than a few spritzes and sprinkles, and you can see how they're just briefly moving. I think the odds of thunderstorms are very low out there the rest of today. Just this light activity. Leon Springs, 500th of an inch, but look at Del Rio with the sunshine, 100 degrees right now, 81 in Floresville, 80 Windcrest, only 73 in Bernie. That's the current temperature. Big temperature difference across our area. We'll take a closer look at that, along with this thick tropical humidity, how long it lingers, and more damp mornings in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Adam. New at 5, initially facing a capital murder charge, Kevin Luna accepts a plea deal for his part in a botched robbery that left a nursing student dead. Today, he was sentenced to 40 years in prison. In January of 2022, SAPD investigators say Luna and another suspect, Derek Sentmore, met with Patrick Zavala in a parking lot on Ingram Road. Zavala, a nursing student at San Antonio College, they say Luna and Sentmore jumped into Zavala's truck, tied him up, and ended up shooting him. Zavala managed to drive away and crashed into a concrete wall. He was taken to a hospital where he died just months before his graduation. Investigators say surveillance video captured the two men getting out of the truck after that crash. Luna arrested, charged with Zavala's murder, but with taking the plea deal, he'll be found guilty of a lesser charge.
Police say a man took his retaliation too far, and now another man is dead. San Antonio police saying 39-year-old Robert Carrasco Jr. is charged with murdering a man who a month ago had gotten Carrasco arrested. According to detectives, he got revenge last Saturday when the victim, Jason Banda, was visiting a relative at a home on the south side. SAPD says Carrasco allegedly fatally struck Banda on the head with a gun. Court records show that back in March, Carrasco was arrested and charged with evading arrest and was out on bond at the time of Saturday's incident.
Also arrested this week, this man, Jason Michael Gonzalez, for felony indecency with a child. KSAT investigates obtained court records that show Gonzalez's arrest comes almost 2 months after he was indicted on that charge. That was in March. Gonzalez is an SAPD dispatch supervisor. He's accused of having sexual contact with a girl back in 2019. He was taken into custody Monday, bonded out on that same day. According to an SAPD spokeswoman, Gonzalez is still with the department, but currently on leave. Gonzalez's attorney, Nico LaHood, tells KSAT that, quote, the government has waited 4 years to indict this case, and that is significant in our opinion. Mr. Gonzalez maintains his innocence as we wait for the evidence to be reviewed, end quote.
You may not have heard about this yet, but you should. More than 60 overdoses in the Austin area over just 2 days of this week, prompting a very strong warning to parents in the New Braunfels area. Police there are asking parents to talk to their children about the dangers of any kind of pill that does not come directly from a pharmacy or a doctor. The overdose outbreak in Austin has resulted in 8 deaths there, all of them linked likely to drugs that the victims didn't know contained a deadly opioid. And they think it may have migrated down I-35 toward us. The Austin police chief is vowing to find those responsible and charge them with a Texas felony for producing or distributing fentanyl.
In news across America now, authorities in Maryland recovering the body of a 5th victim at the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse site. The Unified Command identified that victim as 49-year-old construction worker Miguel Angel Luna Gonzalez. That's according to a press release. Investigators recovered his body from inside a red truck. The Key Bridge collapsed in March after a cargo vessel slammed right into that bridge. As college campus protests and attempts to quell them spread from New York to Los Angeles and many states in between, including Texas, President Joe Biden finds himself caught in a series of political and diplomatic cross-currents without an easy solution.
Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook with a closer look at the new challenges for his administration as the president speaks directly about those college protests from the White House today.
President Joe Biden is addressing the pro-Palestinian protests taking place on college campuses.
It needs to be done without violence, without destruction, without hate.
While speaking at the White House, the president said the National Guard would not be deployed, but said that the images coming in from across the country have, quote, put to the test two fundamental American principles.
First is the right to free speech and for people to peacefully assemble and make their voices heard. The second is the rule of law. Both must be upheld.
Up until now, Biden has largely avoided speaking about the protests.
There should be no place on any campus, no place in America for anti-Semitism or threats of violence against Jewish students. There is no place for hate speech or violence of any kind, whether it's anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, or discrimination against Arab Americans or Palestinian Americans.
While Biden navigates protest at home, he's also navigating a highly sensitive moment in the Gaza war, as Israel and Hamas pursue a fresh proposal to secure the release of hostages held by Hamas and pause the fighting. An outcome some advisors hope could lower the temperature at home, ahead of the contentious 2024 presidential election. A recent CNN poll shows that 71% disapprove of Biden's handling of the war in Gaza, including an 81% disapproval mark from voters younger than 35 and a majority disapproval among Democrats. Reporting at the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.
A big change coming next week. On Monday, KSAT is changing over to Next Gen TV. If you watch KSAT on cable, streaming, or satellite, you don't have to do anything. But if you watch us using an antenna, you still need to do something. You got to rescan your TV to see KSAT once we make the switch. We're planning on doing this next Monday, May 6th at 2 p.m. If you want to know what Next Gen TV is all about, scan this QR code. It'll take you to a section on our website dedicated to all you need to know. And if you still have questions, also on Monday, we're hosting a phone bank. It's going to be from 9 in the morning until 8 at night. We'll have the number to call on Monday.
Also, time to get your tickets now. It's the first ever Texas Eats Food Festival. It's going to be on May 11th at Smoke Barbecue. There will be 20 local chefs with food for you to sample. This event benefiting the San Antonio Food Bank. All you need to do is scan the QR code on your screen for tickets or go to TexasEatsTV.com and get all the information you need.
Check out traffic right now, and if you're trying to get someplace in a hurry, 410 in Vance Jackson is not your friend right now. You can see it is very slow going in both directions as you head towards the I-10 intersection and away. Very slow going on 410 at Vance Jackson. Excuse me, this is 410 at Jackson Keller. Correction there.
Coming up after the break, the month of May is underway, so we have some new deals for you into Mother's Day and graduation season. The products retailers are offering discounts on that can help you save money.
I'm Myra Arthur, and here's a look at what we're working on for the news at 6 o'clock today. Was someone else in the home when a woman was murdered, allegedly by her own husband? A neighbor says it's possible. We'll tell you who that someone could be. Plus, a lawsuit over a man shot at a downtown protest 4 years ago is now over. Why they and the city decided to settle and for how much. And one family proving the seemingly impossible is possible. They have adopted 4 kids. This National Foster Month, why they say fostering is a great way to give kids in need a second chance. That and more today on the news at 6.
Looking forward to it, Myra. Thank you. Mother's Day just 10 days away, and while we'd like a hug or a card or a phone call, retailers have better ideas.
Yeah, that means sales. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz shows us some of Consumer Reports' top-rated products at some of their deepest discounts right now.
Spring sales are heating up, and the month of May, it's all about mom.
Mother's Day falls on Sunday, May 12th this year, so you can expect holiday sales on things like tech gadgets, home goods, beauty products, and other gifts that will make your mom happy.
Sure, she'd love a hug, but a smartwatch can help support her goals, body and mind. The Fitbit Sense 2 is about $200 at Apt Electronics, Amazon, and Walmart. That's $100 off. It has a built-in GPS along with sensors for stress and sleep tracking. If a margarita is her taste, a blender can whip one up. This Cuisinart 3-in-1 is on sale for $99.95 at Walmart. Consumer Report says it makes a mean soup, smoothie, and margarita. At the end of the month, more holiday weekend sales.
Memorial Day is May 27th, so you can look for big sales primarily focused on mattresses, large appliances, and seasonal items like grills.
This Weber Spirit Smart Series grill is as low as $699 at Ace Hardware, and Barbecue Guys, $170 off. It's a midsize with Wi-Fi and a temperature probe. May is for mattress sales, too. The Casper Original Hybrid is $300 off at Amazon, Walmart, and Best Buy. CR says this innerspring and foam mattress is great for side sleepers and spine support.
If you need a new refrigerator or dishwasher, Memorial Day weekend is prime time to buy. That's when Texans pay no sales tax on many Energy Star and water-efficient products. And you can expect some sales, too. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Take a look outside with live cam. We've been looking at this picture all day long. It really hasn't changed.
No, it hasn't. And you touched on it earlier, this tropical feel to the air, yet we're in a drought, right?
Well, we showed the drought monitor at noon, and it was like, really?
I know. It looks tropical outside. We have a few tropical downpours, but it's that tropical feeling, but we're in a drought, and we'll take every drop we can get. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll get a whole lot more in the days ahead of anything that meaningful. And by the way, I do have the new drought monitor for you in just a moment. Here's a look at our storm chances going forward. 20% tomorrow through the weekend. However, the caveat here, morning drizzle, we've got that at about 100% because that morning dampness with this high humidity, that's going to continue. Looking at Authority radar at the moment, not that much out there, not as much as what we had even at this time yesterday. We have to zoom in again, just basically to the far southwest side near Somerset and right along I-35 Garza Crossing, almost at Man Crossing. That's all we have for a few showers, and it's got some strength to it in terms of moderate to heavy rain, but that's about it. Otherwise, just a few spritzes and sprinkles, but not a whole lot to really be detected by radar. Still that dampness in general. Locally, we have sunshine elsewhere. Really quickly, I want to show you some of the radar estimates of rainfall. This is just today. This is just over the past 12 hours, so this does not include what we picked up yesterday. And you see how there were some spotty areas of rain. Green on the screen, that indicates a half inch of rain estimated by the Doppler radar, and some of the downpours and real showers from earlier today. For example, Bulverde and 1604 right here on the far north side. Yeah, picked up almost 7/10 of an inch. That's pretty good. We'll take that. Isolated in nature, though. Okay, let's go forward here and talk about the big picture and what's going on. Closer to Houston, that's where the action really was earlier today with the really heavy rain, several inches of rain in and around and just north of Houston. We've got an upper level flow that still has some disturbances embedded within it with this southwesterly flow aloft. We get these little impulses of energy and they can kickstart these showers or even a stray thunderstorm, that 20% chance daily all the way through the weekend. Now you look at the drought monitor, hasn't changed much, definitely hasn't improved. You see the red area here in the hill country, the extreme drought, but we did get some rain in that area. Kerrville, recent rainfall, about 1/3 of an inch. Same with Fredericksburg. Bernie, a little over 1/2 an inch. Blanco got some good rain, 1.87 inches there. You look elsewhere locally, Southtown, almost 1/10 of an inch. Stone Oak, about 2/10 of an inch. And we will have a few more showers on top of it, but we're not talking drought busting or really even drought denting rain by and large. 72 right now. We had an outflow boundary move in that cooled us to 72, dew point at 70. But look where we have the clouds. Temperatures are in the 70s, low to mid 70s. Stinson 76, Bulverde at 70, a very humid 70. And then we widen the picture out. where the sky is cleared out. Look at these numbers. 98 in Del Rio, 93 Carrizo Springs, and even Uvalde at 85. Very humid. Dew points in the mid-70s, and we're going to feel this humidity all the way into next week until I think the end of the week, when in the afternoons the humidity will give us a little bit of a break. 74 at 7 a.m. tomorrow, by noon 78, 85 for the high temperature, assuming we can shake free from these morning clouds, which I think we'll see some sunshine in the afternoon, but even more afternoon sun by this weekend. We'll still have the morning fog and drizzle, but the afternoons will feature a little bit more sun.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
All right, when your mascot's the Brahma, you should be good at ground and pound.
Exactly, and I'll tell you what, the quarterback absolutely loves when their team can ground and pound. So Quentin Dormady loves the fact that his running backs put on a show last week, and of course he hopes it happens again. Plus in the NBA, the Mavs just absolutely dominated the Clippers last night, and Luka is doing it while sick and hurt. Coming up.
We had 190 yards rushing. I mean, average 7.3 per rush. They really came alive.
Brahmas head coach Wade Phillips is extremely happy with his rushing attack last week in big board sports. The 4-1 San Antonio Brahmas are getting ready to play at the 2-3 DC Defenders Sunday afternoon. Winners of 2 straight, the Brahmas are tied with St. Louis for first place in the XFL division of the United Football League. Last week in their 25-15 win at Arlington, the Brahmas rushed for 190 yards. Talk about making life easier for starting quarterback Quentin Dormady.
I mean, the running backs ran the ball well. They saw everything that they needed to see and hit the holes hard. I think they're starting to come into their own, going forward. And this was a huge, turning point for them. And looking forward to seeing what they can do going forward, because it's important to be able to run the ball, because takes pressure off the passing game when they can run the ball the way they did last week.
The Brahmas will play at the Defenders Sunday at 3 p.m. Now, the Brahmas beat them in Week 1, 27-12 at the Alamo Dome. Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks dominated the Los Angeles Clippers last night, 123-93, winning Game 5 of that playoff series, taking a 3-2 series lead. Luka led all with 35 points and 10 assists in 39 minutes of action. And that's remarkable because Luka has been congested and ill for several days, and he's playing on a sprained right knee that would likely sideline him in the regular season. But this is the postseason, forcing Luka to play through the pain.
Yeah, it's tough. I can't breathe through nose, so I have to blow my nose every time on. But like I said, it's the adrenaline of the playoff game. It was a big game today, so I know I needed to be locked in very, very 100%. So it's adrenaline of playoff game, and I like it.
Yeah, I thought with the knee and then also not feeling well, I thought he did an incredible job leading the group. Just his quarterbacking the team on the offensive end was good, and then on the defensive end, I thought he did a really good job.
Game 6 is tomorrow night in Dallas, and if necessary, Game 7 will be back in Los Angeles on Sunday.
Mavs want to finish it in Dallas.
They sure do.
Yeah, thanks, Larry.
We'll be right back.
Clouds filling in again tonight, drizzle and sprinkles. Another damp morning tomorrow, 20% chance of a stray storm. I don't have a lot of confidence in much developing. Making it to 90 west of I-35 tomorrow afternoon. This weekend, a little bit more afternoon sunshine.
Thanks, Adam, and thank you for watching the News at 5.
See you back here at 6. World News is next.